Hello Algebra 2. We are with 5.5, Day 1, factoring. Alright, this side of the worksheet is basically some review of our normal factoring stuff. Okay, with our magic X here, and then with numbers in front. I suppose we can do one of each of these here really quick. And then the new stuff was on the back. Difference of squares. And then what to do when you got x to the fourths. Okay, so just real quick, just to touch up on some of these. Alright, we're looking at x squared plus 4x minus 21. Again, the little visual aid that we've been working on here is the x. If you have a different way that works better for you, fantastic, go ahead and do it. We're looking at what multiplies to negative 21 and adds to 4. Always adds to whatever this is. Just because it's a plus, it doesn't mean it has to add. If it was minus, it still has to add to negative 4. Okay, so thinking of two numbers there. In helping some kids prepare for their last test, they've said that they were stuck on what to do. How do I get those numbers so quick? So what I'm doing is I'm mentally running through the factors of 21. 1 times 21, 2, nope, 3 and 7, 4, nope, 5, nope, 6, and now we're back to 7. Okay, so we only have two sets of factors, 1 and 21, 3 and 7. So some combination, positive, negative, of either one of those that multiplies to 21. Obviously they do, that's why we picked those numbers. We went through the factors of 21, and it adds to 4. Okay, so we're probably going to be using these. 3 and 7. Now, which one needs to be positive and which one needs to be negative for them to multiply to negative 21 and then add to 4? Okay, since this is positive, we need the bigger number to be positive. So 7 is going to be positive, 3 is negative. Multiplies to negative 21, adds to 4. X minus 3, x plus 7. Okay, we've talked about this before. Zero product property. This times this equals 0. It means one of the things has to be 0. Either this group has to be 0 or this group has to be 0. So going super slow motion here, we're going to go x minus 3 equals 0. We're going to add 3 to both sides and get x equals 3. Okay, on this side again, going super slow motion. We got x plus 7 equals 0. We're going to subtract 7 from both sides. X equals negative 7. Okay? Usually when we just have those parentheses like that with no numbers on the x, we just know it's going to be opposites, and we just go opposite right away. Okay, and then we have a handful of problems similar to that. Drop it on down here. Just a quick review of a number in the front. Okay? For using our special method here, when there's a number in the front, we have to do front times back. So 2 times negative 3, we're looking for a number that multiplies to negative 6. Not just putting the negative 3 up there when there's a number in front. And really you're doing that up here too. It's just that your number in the front is 1. And 1 times 21 is 21. Okay? So here we have 2 times negative 3 for negative 6. 1x in the middle is going to add to 1. Alright, sometimes it helps just to see 1 times 6, 2 times 3. Those are our options, 1 and 6, 2 and 3, and then thinking positive, negative. Since it has to add to 1, they're 1 apart here. Probably going to be some sort of negative grouping with 2 and the 3. 3 and negative 2. Now, again, because we did the times 2, now we have to undo that times 2. We're going to divide these by 2. Okay, negative 2 divided by 2 is going to be a negative 1. We're going to have an x minus 1. 3 halves. Doesn't come out nice. So you get a fraction, you're going to reduce it as much as you can. 3 over 2, I can't reduce it any further. Then the sneaky, tricky part here is the bottom number goes in front of x, 2x, and then this is a positive 3 on top plus 3. And now we're at the same spot. Again, I'm going to go super slow. Well, we'll go, normally right here, you're going to look at this. What makes this equal 0? 1 minus 1. So x equals 1. That's what you would probably do there. Okay, for this one, we'll go super slow motion. 2x plus 3 equals 0. you're going to subtract the 3 over 2x equals negative 3. And then you're going to divide by 2, and we get x equals negative 3 halves. That's the super slow motion. Okay? The shortcut, just like this is opposite, this is going to be opposite of the back divided by the front number. So negative 3 divided by 2. Same thing with this. It's opposite of this divided by the front number, just the front number is 1. So opposite of negative is going to be positive 1. Divided by 1 is still 1. So that's our review, leading us into the new. Okay, the top of this page, we got difference of squares. Difference of squares. If we have a squared minus b squared equals 0, I can factor that down to a plus b times a minus b. Okay, so over here we have x squared minus 64. I have two perfect squares and it's subtraction. We don't have a rule for sum of perfect squares. There's no addition rule, but we do have a subtraction rule. Okay, it helps to think about what is being squared. Obviously, x is being squared. And what's being squared to get us 64? 8. So x and 8 are like my a and b. So we're going to have x plus 8 times x minus 8. Okay, and then our answers are going to be opposites, right? What makes this group equal 0? If x would be negative 8. Negative 8 plus 8 would be 0. So x equals negative 8. And then positive 8 would make this group equal 0. Okay, I think these two should be pretty good. Come on down to this one. 4x squared minus 49. I'm going to tell you that it is a difference of perfect squares. Think about what's being squared there. What's being squared that gives us 4x squared and 49? Okay, we're going to have 2x that's being squared and 7 that's being squared. 2 squared is 4, x squared is x squared. 7 squared gives me 49. So we're going to have 2x plus 7. And it doesn't matter if you do the minus 1 or the plus 1 first. 2x minus 7. We'll go super slow motion on the first one, and then we'll just use the shortcut for the second one. We got 2x plus 7 equals 0. We would subtract 7 over. And that's why the first step is always opposite, because you're always doing the opposite of that back number. You're going to, if it's a plus, you're going to subtract it over. So that's why we always do opposite. And then we divide by 2. And then that's why it's divided by the front. We get negative 7 halves. Okay? Using the shortcut, opposite, because that's what your first step would be, is to add that over. So it's going to be positive 7 divided by 2. So negative 7 halves and positive 7 halves. Okay, little tricky one here. This is our last one for today. Our last one for today. Okay, look at these. These are almost the exact same problem, except this is x squared minus 13x plus 36, and this is x to the 4th minus 13x squared plus 36. Okay, this one you're thinking no sweat. No sweat. What multiplies to 36 and then adds to negative 13? Negative 4 and negative 9. And we'd be at x minus 4, x minus 9. And our answers would be positive 4 and positive 9. Okay? The same idea works with this when it's x to the 4th, no x cubes, then squareds, no single x's, and then our regular numbers. Okay? So basically when it's to the 4th, and then squared in the middle, and then regular numbers at the end. Okay? What multiplies to 36 and adds to negative 13? It's still the same things, minus 4, minus 9. But instead of x, we need these to be x squared. because now x squared times x squared is x to the fourth, minus 9x squared minus 4 more x squareds is minus 13x squareds, and then plus 36. Negative 4 times negative 9, 36. Okay, these are some nice ones. We're going to go super slow motion just so you can see. X squared minus 4 equals 0. Add the 4 over. X squared equals 4. We're going to square root. X equals plus minus 2. Alright, same thing here. X squared minus 9 equals 0. X squared equals 9. We're going to square roots. X equals plus minus 3. Okay? Now, if it was, let's say it was a 5 and not a 4, then you just leave it in there because you can't do the square root of 5, and you leave it as plus minus radical 5. What if it was negative 9? Then it'd be imaginary, and we'd have plus minus 3i. Okay? You're going to want to check Schoology for this worksheet. We just did this in class today. We went through and did a couple example problems throughout both sides there, and then they just had to finish it up. All right, you're going to want to check Schoology for this worksheet, and then also for the answer key. All right, thanks for watching, folks. Good luck. Let me know if you have any questions.